Hello everyone, it's BellaDovah. In this video I'll be showing you all of the mods I found that have been released for The Sims 2 recently from April to June 2025. As always, you'll find a link in the description and pinned comment to a post on my website with all the links to the mods shown in this video. Last time I said I'd been a little distracted from The Sims 2 with The Sims 1, and I might have made some content on it if I don't lose interest and never get into playing after spending months modding and planning and making spreadsheets. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. But I entirely blame the release of The Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered. That's been my fixation for this quarter this time. I think I'd have actually stuck with The Sims 1 if it wasn't for that, but hopefully I'll pick it up again soon. The Elder Scrolls Skyrim is my second love after all, and is where the Dovah part of my name comes from, so naturally I've been hooked. I'm not sure that Oblivion Remastered content will be right for my channel, despite the fact that the original Oblivion is a gem from the Sims 2 era. I never really played much at the time, but do let me know if you'd be interested anyway. I actually did it this time, guys. I actually started playing after spending ages modding. I'm hoping to share the mods and patches that I've been making for it soon, as well as a mod list on my website and perhaps even a collection on Nexus. If you're interested in getting Oblivion Remastered for yourself, you can get it at a discount on CD keys using my affiliate link in the description, or any other game for that matter. But anyway, yeah, once again, I've not been quite as diligent when it comes to keeping up with mods for The Sims 2. So it's possible I missed some, so please let me know if I have. I've not found as many this quarter. There was a crazy amount last quarter, so thankfully this shouldn't be as epically long as the previous episode, but I've got some great finds for you today nonetheless. So firstly, we have the Supplies mod by Lamar, and lots of other amazing creators have contributed to this. We kind of took a look at like early version of this last time. They kind of integrated with Lamar's laundry mod and had a couple of add-ons that was to do with household cleaning, but I couldn't really seem to get the household cleaning effects to work. This is like being released as a brand new mod and really expanded upon. It's got loads of items and functionality. So let's take a look at those. Now, when I go to my miscellaneous plumbing, all of these items you see in here are to do with this mod. So we have toilet paper, which has apparently just 2 uses. That seems really low. But once, you know, I think Simmers do like to place decorative toilet roll next to our toilets anyway, but now it's actually got a function in that without it, using the toilet will take more of a hygiene hit than with it. We've also got some toothbrush holders, which you can actually use to interact with to clean the teeth. There's this other toilet roll holder. We also have some pet supplies, pet shampoo for washing your pets. We have some other toiletries that can be used for acne cream, washing face, and again, if you clicked on, we have some spare toilet roll, which will be 10 uses, and I think when this toilet roll runs out, we can use this one to restock from it. We have some bath salts for bubble baths, and hand wash, and more hand wash, bar and pump. We have some baby care caddies, which I think are a similar idea to the babies need diapers, but I think you can use both at the same time. I'm not really sure what the functionality difference is there. Perhaps we'll try and look at that later. But there's some cleaning supplies like cleaning bottles and detergents and things. You don't need the laundry mod to use this. I don't have it in this time. It can just be used for general cleaning. And then we've got some dish soaps, and then some collections of toiletries that have quite a few interactions. That's pretty cool. Yeah, all kinds of really nice, like, we just use these to decorate our bathrooms anyway, but now they actually have a purpose, which is just fantastic. It's really exciting. Yeah, some of these look gorgeous. And then there's some wall items as well. You can see you've got quite a few things there, and some like extras baskets, which I think are similar to the toilet roll you can use to replenish your supplies, and some cabinets. And as you can see, if you've got one of these cabinets, you can just basically do everything. So if you've not really got the counter space to put lots of clutter items out, as long as you've got a cabinet like this, then you can pretty much do anything. Oh, these ones are just for restocking, but these ones like actually have the stuff in them, it seems. Well, let me stop rambling in the catalogue. Let's try some out. So actually, let me just get rid of those first, and then let's have Mortimer use the toilet and see what his hygiene decay is like without it. Yeah, just a little bit. Pretty typical. I mean, even with toilet roll, I'd expect that all the time. I think it could be perhaps even harsher, but I am pretty brutal. Will that work for men? I don't know. Men should be using a little bit of toilet roll, but do they? Let's have Cassandra go just in case. So apparently if this is just 2 uses, it says, if she goes twice, and again, please, is this gonna deplete? No? This was only 2, but I guess I'll just keep trying. Okay, so on the mod page, it actually says that it's got 20 uses, not 2, which is a lot more realistic, and the pack actually has 200. So it just seems like the descriptions in the catalogue aren't quite right, or maybe I'm just like interpreting wrong. I don't know. So I guess she just needs to go a lot more times. There we go. We finally got it. That must have been 20. Toilet paper holder is empty. Time to go shopping. Oh my god. Oh, wow. It's actually got an empty state. I'm in love. I'm in love. Wow. So, this actually got the option to restock it, but I guess if this wasn't here, it wouldn't. Oh, we could just buy it. Okay, fair enough. But still, it would be very cute to set up an own business and actually like and get the toilet paper, but because we've got it, we can restock it for free, and there we go. That is wonderful. I love it so much. So yeah, it doesn't completely stop the hygiene depletion from using the toilet as is imaginable. Like, it's fair. I don't wish it didn't, but apparently if you don't have toilet paper, the hygiene loss will be lower, so that is a really fun aspect. Okay, now Cassandra has spent all her day on the toilet. Let's make it daytime again and look at something else. I've just placed a toothbrush holder on this counter with an OMSP, and sent the whole family to go and brush teeth. I think it can only probably be one at a time. This apparently has 15 uses, and then it will empty, and it's just going to have to be one person at a time. There we go. That's been 15 times now. I didn't count, but I imagine. So it's empty, and now it's just the empty glass. And of course, we can pay for it to be restocked. But now I think if I get one of these cabinets, that one there, hopefully that's okay. Now we can restock it for free, because I think it's fair to assume that we've probably got some spare, you know, toothpaste and toothbrushes in there. So we can just restock it, and bang, there we go. I don't know if this is like infinite. Let's have a look. No, it's got 160 uses, so just for anything that you might be trying to restock, it's got 160 things. Whether you've used that 160 times from just the toothbrush cup, I think that's quite unlikely. You're going to be using it for your toilet roll, your shampoo, and things like that, and acne cream, and all that good stuff as well. So yeah, these on infinite, and then I guess you can click on those to restock when they run out. The smaller cabinets have less, and the bigger cabinets have more. So yeah, that's great. That's very realistic. So if you have one of those, you wouldn't need to go and buy anything for quite some time. But you know, in the little bathrooms, not everyone's gonna have space, and I think one cabinet serves the whole house. So if you've got quite a lot of bathrooms, then you know, I'm sure you would get out the stuff. Now, there's also bubble bath. So I don't actually know with this cabinet. Oh, I know what I was going to do first. If I actually get rid of this now and get one of the El Clasico cabinets like this one. Can you... Yeah, these still function as they always did, which is fair. You know, you can physically see that there's stuff in there, so why shouldn't they? Now, apparently, you can't actually have a bubble bath without bubble bath. We do have that cabinet. I wonder if that's going to affect things. Oh yeah, it does. So he's got bubbles, I guess, out of the cabinet. So if I remove this cabinet now, and having to take a bubble bath. Yeah, there's not actually any bubbles because there's nowhere for him to get bubbles from. Now we've got rid of that cabinet. So your options either are to have a cabinet on the lot, and you know, you can imagine that your Sims are getting the bubble bath out of there, or you can literally get one of these Q items. Is it this one? No, that's dish soap. Hand soap. Not some bath stuff. This has got bubble bath in it. So has that's got all sorts in it. I thought there was just like one bottle somewhere. Oh, we could use the bath salts, I suppose. So, I mean, we could literally just put it on the floor, but obviously I'm sure you would decorate it a bit more than that. And then when we have a bubble bath, yep, the bubbles come because there's actually something to make the bubbles, so that is really cool. I guess let's have a look at some cleaning functionality now, some household cleaning. Cassandra's really pondering here while she's in deep, deep thought. Best not disturb her. So we've got some spray cleaners and dish soaps, each with sort of 27, 29 uses. Now, house cleaning takes longer without supplies and goes faster with them. And dishwasher and washing machine can be used without supplies, but this is unholy and this unholy use may cause them to break sooner in the future, so that's pretty cool. You want to have some washing up stuff for your dishwasher to not break as easily. So I've just made this counter dirty, so let's have more on my cleaner. So it started at 52-ish. Yeah, it seems to be taking him a while to scrub this. Wow, ages. Okay, there we go. So it took like 45 minutes to clean that. So now let's get some cleaning spray and then make it dirty and then clean it. Oh, I didn't check the time. It started. So it started at 35. Oh yeah, much quicker. Like 10 minutes as opposed to 45. Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm not gonna have him doing 29 times to deplete this ball. I think we get the idea. What about cleaning dishes though? Let's just grab a quick gelatin out and then we can wash it up straight away. Clean it. So 12-ish he started. Washing dishes has usually been quite fast, but I think this mod might slow it down. Yeah, so like 10 minutes. So let's try again. Oh, well, not until we've actually bought some. I wonder if the cleaning spray actually affects that. I don't think so, right? Does it? No, just cleaning. So you need some soap for washing dishes in the sink. So let's grab some of this now and then try again. Oh, no, don't serve it. Oh, I don't know if that's going to affect the task because it's one serving less. I don't think it will. Oh, shut up. So, let's say, what, 27, 28? Yeah, that shaved a little bit of time off, more like 7-ish minutes. So yeah, it's faster, and if you've got a dishwasher and you're putting things in it, I think it must be the washing up liquid. Is it? Oh no, this one is, you want detergent. No, wait. Is it just this one then for the dishwasher? Dishes in dishwasher and sink. Just dishes in the sink. Okay. So you would need that, or is there some of these collections? Yeah, you could have like one of this bucket or basket that's got like dishwasher detergent in it. So yeah, I think they're the options for dishwashers. Either this box of cleaning stuff you could just stick up out the way somewhere like that, or you could grab one of these baskets. And what's cool about these is similar to the toilet paper. You can literally see it's got like a kitchen towel and a cleaning spray and a detergent in. So say if this ran out, then you would be able to restock it for free because you have an extra one in here, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that has 90 uses, whereas the spray has 27. So yeah, it's like just over 3 times the amount of uses, and it's got 3 items in that basket. So that math adds up to me. So yeah, I just think that is so cool. It just gives extra incentive to really decorate your bathrooms and your kitchens and just have that extra sense of immersion and, you know, reason to set up a open for business shop that sells these supplies, and you can just create a really like immersive, alive world with these. I mean, I don't know, maybe some people find it micromanaging because I just thought that's how I'm going to describe it, but that sounds like a bad thing, but I guess I kind of am. Do like to like do the like micromanaging mundane things in this game. It might not be for everyone, but I just like having that extra layer of things to keep on top of it and feel like this, you know, that these Sims are living a real life and have these things to concern themselves with. So I absolutely love this mod. This will definitely be a permanent place in my mods folder, whether I use Lamar's laundry mod or not. I'll definitely be using this one. So I've had all 3 of them go bug hunting to take a look at the mod Deadly Bee Swarms. So Alexander here has unfortunately been attacked by a bee swarm, and now it actually might be deadly. It's not guaranteed to be, so we'll see if he makes it okay. His needs aren't great. I don't know if it's... Oh, yep. My god. And Cassandra as well. Oh dear. So Alex is like not here, I guess, because child deaths are a little buggy, but although possible in, you know, certain ways in the vanilla game anyway. Is Cassandra gonna make it? No, Cassandra has made it. So it was just unfortunately Alex that did not survive that bee attack. And what that does is it gives another possibility of getting the death by flies death type, which is usually very rare and difficult to achieve. So now if you want, in situations where Sims can be attacked by bees, so when bug hunting or hacking, it could lead to their demise. So yeah, it is, I just checked the mod page. For now it is just a random coin flip, but I do think it would be better if it took the Sims needs or mood or body skill or fitness or something, or a combination of them all into account, because to be honest, I think at the moment in its current state that would just annoy me. But what I'm going to do is move on to our next mod before anyone else dies, and resurrect Alex. So I've just used the unlock career rewards cheat to get the resurrect onomatron, and now we can call the Grim Reaper. I'm resurrecting, but notice all of these Sims here. Now, there's a dead pollination technician. I'm not gonna touch that. But as you can see, there's all kinds of Sims here that Mortimer would not know. So he could like resurrect Darlene Dreamer, the Dreamer Elders, the Caliente parents, or Don Lothario's parents. Let's see. Who? Let's resurrect one of these very random, unrelated to the goth Sims just before we get Alex back. You know, perhaps Mortimer's decided that Dina's a bit too young for him. So he wants an nice Caliente elder, so let's get Dulcinea back. There's surely Mortimer never knew Dulcinea. Pretty sure usually he'd just have his relatives as the option to select. Let's you know, really generous to make sure she's in full form. And we can resurrect Sim he never knew. He does now because he just resurrected her. But she's part of this family now, and now gets this new memory, which is what I wanted to look at. This I live, I die, I live again memory. So there's now actually a memory for that for the Sims themselves. But if I actually just kill her again, I guess we'll just make her die by flies. Oh Jesus, that's brutal. We can resurrect her again. Now the thing is, they do have a memory because they never did before, but what's always bothered me is that the death memory is not repeatable either, so I'd really like a mod to make that memory repeatable too. I've tried before and couldn't get it to work. So let's resurrect her again. And there we go. She's best friends with Mortimer now because he just keeps bringing her back. But yep, she has the memory. But yeah, if I now kill her again... oh, never mind. It is repeatable. But the resurrected memory is not. I really didn't think the death memory was repeatable. Oh, I think her personality is going to be changed a bit. We didn't go quite as high there. But oh well. Yeah, so she's got that memory again. But yeah, he does not have any more memories of resurrecting her despite doing it 3 times. So for consistency, it would be great if that memory was repeatable, which I'm pretty sure I could do. That wasn't an issue. Or perhaps it's the pet memory. Pet death memory that wasn't repeatable. I know I had a situation where a family kept bringing this pet back to life, and the memories just were not reflective of what was happening. I swear they didn't like remember dying again or being resurrected again or something. I don't know. But anyway, that is definitely a good step in the right direction. The fact that resurrected Sims will remember it each time, well, at all, because they didn't previously, and as well as that each time it happens. So that's great. So yeah, they're the 2 mods I wanted to show you there, the memory and also just being able to resurrect Sims you don't know, the different mods. So I guess we don't actually need to play with Alex. No, I'm just going to reload my save instead of actually resurrecting him, but yeah. I've just made Mortimer and Cassandra vampires and summoned in some poor unsuspecting townies. Cassandra is really giving Mortis vibes as a vampire, even though I guess technically it's Bella that's inspired by Morticia. Well, it's like the Goth family is inspired by the Addams family, so Cassandra would actually be Wednesday, but they just, you know, flip things a bit. So obviously it's Bella that's got the more like, you know, Hispanic background. And it's Mortimer that's the real pale one, whereas obviously it's the opposite way around in the Addams family. But yeah, anyway, yeah, she's just really reminding me of Morticia like this. But we are going to take a look at the mod more vampire interactions. So let's see what these can do to these guys, and also it changes some of the existing interactions as well. So I don't know, I can't do the blur thing, but anyway, vampire. Oh, why is there only some available? I need to read, I guess. Oh, we've got this one. Okay, let me do some reading. So we have several new interactions, but they have requirements. So we've got one that requires 3 body skill, which I don't think either of them have. We've got one that requires low hunger. We've got one that requires 7 charisma and one that requires 5 logic. So that's really cool. So what I'm going to do is just make it even, and I'm going to drop their hunger. I'm going to make it nighttime as well. I don't know if it has any effect on anything, but let's just set the scene. And yeah, let's just max all the skills, because we're not about limitations here, we're just about demonstration. Okay, so now, as far as I can tell, all of the interactions will be available. Oh, is not hungry enough. Okay, still can't enthrall, and I thought that just required 7 charisma. I will read more, but let's try some of the other ones. Let's try Enfeeble. So poor Marissa. Okay, so she didn't like it, but what did it do? Probably change her needs, right? Enfeeble requires 3 body skill. Small energy and comfort costs cannot be performed below a quarter of either energy or hunger. Dazzles the target with 2 magic enhanced blares, draining energy and comfort from the target. And it will fulfill a want to prank or irritate, which is pretty cool. I think maybe other interactions benefit from having their comfort and energy lower. No, it doesn't look like any of the other interactions are particularly more effective against low comfort and energy. Oh, no, if they're in a good mood. Okay, well, if you want to drain your target's energy and comfort, then you can. And now we can get this plasmophage, which I think will get some blood from her. Kind of like convinces them to give up their blood. I guess it's like compulsion. I am rewatching Vampire Diaries and Originals right now, so this is perfect. So yeah, it seems like it's their compulsion. So yeah, he's just had a glass of her blood and now his hunger's full. And I think this also means that now we can enthrall her, because enthrall cannot be below half hunger. Okay, thank you, Vampire, for lightening my head. What does that actually do? Makes the target receptive to the next set of social interactions. Oh my god, that's so cool! And then it restores the comfort and fun. Drains social. So, yeah. So then, oh my god, that you can literally like... I wonder if she would accept a hug, even though she doesn't really like it. Yeah, see? So because she's in thrall, she's more likely to accept our interactions. And this Langa, I think we'll try that. Yeah. And that did what? Significant energy and comfort loss from the vampire. Persuades the target to shake hand, opening them up to be drained of aspiration bar, increasing the vampire's own RC. Mortimer's already part of him, I think. And the vampire gains some fun. And it deducts a random skill point if they have a negative aspiration. That's cool. It also changes the bite, neck and blare interaction optionally. You can use these separate, the new and the changed, but it just has some like conditions and things and like more reactions and just different consequences and things. So that's really cool. I think this actually really flashes out vampires. Do you know what? To the point I'd actually consider using them, because I used to just really not like vampires in this game, have no interest in them. I just thought they was really quite pointless and boring. But yeah, no, I think it's cool. I guess we didn't really need Cassandra to be a vampire as well. But yeah, oh, they can blare each other. But they actually like it if they're both a vampire or close anyway. But if she goes and blares... I didn't realise it was under irritate. I thought it was under vampire. Stop reading, Benjamin. We're trying to blare you. Okay, he didn't get to scary weed himself or anything, but that's a possibility now. So she's got pretty low aspirations. So was it Langer that took aspirations? Let's see that. Oh yeah, look, she got a little bit of a boost. It wasn't major, but it was definitely something. So that is cool. What makes the bite neck interaction show up? Do they have to be friends or something? I don't know anything about vampires in this game. But anyway, but yeah, get some blood from him, and yeah, leave it there. So yeah, that's really cool. I do love the idea of adding like mind control to vampires, so they're more along the lines of they are in the Vampire Diaries and original storyline, which is just so cool. I've just sent Mortimer to the Woodland Park, which he now actually owns, and I've also given him the Angler trait. And when I've got here, he's decided to try to autonomously fish, which was not a thing before. That is thanks to the traits pack mod. He is trying to do it from a place he can't actually get to fishing, which is a bit annoying. Send him over here, see if he can manage. No, he still can't. Where can you actually fish from in this park then? Over here maybe? Oh yeah, there we go. He managed it. He's doing it on his own because he's a dangler, and it also incorporates, I believe, an older mod that changed the success rate as well. So because he's an angler as well, he should have a better success rate than an average sim and a faster badge gain too, unless that is still a separate mod. But yeah, anyway, now there's quite a lot of mods available that improves the angler trait. Oh, he got a boot. Has he got anything else? No, this is his first catch. I think that was something. Yeah, he got a fish. Okay, now we've also got this fish stand, which we can use to just buy fish. So we could just buy. Oh, it's actually like a meal. Oh, I kind of hoped it would just be the fish themselves, like raw fish to cook with. But no, it's actually a meal. So you could actually go and buy lime sealed prawns from this and then go and eat it. I really love the look of this, and it's very cool how it's you know, can just be yourself. Oh my god, it's this park is a bit of a nightmare. Let's try again. There we go, he just bought it, picked it up from the shelf over there, and now he can enjoy some lime seed prawns, which is pretty cool. That's just another way to add food availability on a community lot. Same as this Pizza Hut with by the same author. So now you can click on this and just get a drink perhaps, or of course a pizza. Why is there no margarita? Let's get to Hawaiian pizza instead then. Yeah, it definitely looks like there should be margarita. Is it a slice or a full box? Oh yeah, it's just a slice of pizza. Let's take a look. Oh, that looks so good. Now it's got a slice of pizza, and it's going to find somewhere to eat it. So that's pretty cool. The townies are still more interested in the grill, apparently, but well, playables at least have some cool options. Keep trying to make this ask what your job interaction is to come up, and I'm just having absolutely no luck, so we'll move on and try again. I'm with the Pleasants now, and as always, the sisters are about to have a slap fight, and that gives us the perfect chance to look at the mod slap interaction variety. So this is going to change the animations that they do based on personality. So looking at their default personality, Lilith is grouchy, whereas Angela is neutral, but she's also shy. So they're two different categories for the mod. So this should determine which slaps you do. So Angela has just done the one slap, because as we can see, a neutral and shy sim will do a shy slap to a non-shy sim. Lilith is shy, and a single slap to a shy sim, so that's why she's just done the one single slap. And then SimPe, which in this case was Lilith, did the multiple slap back because she's a mean sim. Now Lilith has just initiated the slapping again, making her sim A, so because she's mean, she's done the multiple slap. So that means Angela should actually, neutral and shy should do a single slap back. Yep, there we go. One. So maybe let's tinker with their personalities a bit and get some different outcomes. So I'll make Angela nice now. And if I make Lilith nice, but also confident, then that should give us some different results as well. So let's say Angela's now nice, but still shy. And we'll say that Lilith's now outgoing and nice as well. So let's just initiate this one with Lilith. So there we go, she's just one slap. Oh, and Angela doesn't actually want to retaliate at all, which it doesn't actually specify that. But I think that makes sense. So what happens if Angela initiates it? So that's the shy slap that Angela's just done. And there we go, Lilith doesn't want to retaliate because she's nice as well now. So on the mod page, it also clarifies this little change. So before, Sims with 6 or more nice points would just stand there angrily, while Sims with 5 and below would slap back and then walk away to cry, which seemed off, which I agree with, so it's been switched. So now Sims will walk away and cry if they did not slap back, while Sims that slap back will stare angrily afterwards, which, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And also there's a variety of this mod that makes it so that male Sims will not autonomously slap female Sims, which I think is pretty good as well. Next, we're going to look at this collection of random mods and fixes by Heathen Simmer. So the first one I'll just show you here, which just prevents Sims with the coward, neat or proper trait from stomping roaches. One version will stop them even having the pie menu option to do so, and one's just stops them autonomously, but they can still be directed to do it. But let's look at some of the other ones in game now. So the other one is an edit of a jogging mod that now adds options for how long a sim will jog for, so it's not always the same amount of time. So that's I actually don't know what the default is. Is it usually just an hour? By the way, you can just do an hour if you're just trying to squeeze it in before work. But if you really want your sim to go for it and are really trying to build some exercise up, then you can have them go for longer. And there's also a version of this with trait support. So it just affects the emotive drain for Sims with the athletic and couch potato. So let's say that Daniel is athletic and Meritu is a couch potato. And I will have them both go to jog for just an hour, I reckon. But first I will mark motives so we can see what they start with. And then we'll see what it's like. Right, nobody's going anywhere. Nobody's going anywhere. Stop places. No one's going anywhere. So they're going in opposite directions for a jog. So we'll see them when they come back. Okay, so it's very minimal after just an hour. But yeah, Meritu's comfort is ever so slightly lower than Daniel's, but I imagine if they go for longer, which I guess I could just do now, let's send them for 3 hours this time. I'll send the girls as well because they don't have traits, so that should be, like a medium level, I guess, of need drain. So we'll see what happens now. Okay, and we've got some body skill gains from this jog. Daniel has got max body, so he can't gain any. Oh my god, Angela's gained 2 body skills from that, so has Mary Sue. Right, they've all actually gained 2 body skills. So let's look at their needs. So Lilith and Angela's are pretty bad. Mary Sue's are even worse because she's a couch potato. Whereas Daniel is not great, but yeah, oh no, he's actually worse than the girls, despite him being athletic. But you know, maybe there's other factors. Maybe it's to do with age or activity level, because these girls are actually more active. So perhaps that's why it's like a combination of factors. I'm not sure. But even so, that's cool. I do imagine it will conflict with the jogging mod we looked at last time, which is a bit of a shame, because that's had some really good and logical changes and fixes as well, with the group jogging and things, whereas it seems like this, I mean, you don't even get the prompt for other Sims to go with you with this one, so that is actually a bit of a shame. I don't even know if a patch would be possible, or you'd just really be choosing between the two, but it's good to have options anyway, isn't it? I've just got 2 guitars to look at the last little mod in this little collection, and that is that Sims with the Virtuoso trait will gain the creativity skill faster. I believe that this kind of feature already exists in a bigger traits mod with like a trait skilling, but if you're particularly just interested in this one, Virtuoso's gain musical instrument skill faster, then you might just want that standalone perhaps. But yeah, Lilith is a virtuoso, Angela is not. Neither of them have a creativity skill yet, so let's get them practicing, and should see that Lilith gains it faster than Angela. It's pretty close. Yeah, I think she might. No? No, not really. Did I even install that mod? Yep, it's definitely installed. Don't know then. Next, by the same author, is a mod for the good trait, or optionally there's a different version that just checks personality, and now it makes Sims with the good trait always reject gossiping. So as you can see, Mary Sue and Daniel are on good terms, but Mary Sue is good now. So if Daniel initiates gossiping, she should reject it now because she's good. Wait a little. God. Trying to record. Yeah, she's not liking it. She's like, shut up. Yeah, see? So usually she would have accepted that because their relationship is high enough, but good Sims don't like to gossip with that mod. Or alternative, it would check the niceness. I really wish it was just both. It was either Sims with the good trait or a really nice personality instead of just one or the other in separate files. That's usually how I prefer my traits mods to work, that they do also have support for, you know, just vanilla factors, whether it's a personality or a hobby or an interest. I like, you know, vanilla fallbacks to trait checks, so it's a little bit of a shame that that's not the case. But whether you want it to apply to good Sims or their nice personality, then that can give you a little bit of flavour around the gossiping interaction. Next, by Heathen Sim, we've got some mods for mainly for the absent-minded trait. So Daniel and Lilith are absent-minded now, and Angela is a genius. So first, apparently now, when you direct absent-minded Sims to have a shower or bath, they can forget what you told them to do and just like lose the interaction. So let's try having both of these take a bath, and we'll see if either of them, you know, kind of don't make it and forget what they were supposed to be doing. Nope, looks like Daniel's gonna go for it. So is Lilith this time, so yeah, not too bad. Let's try again, maybe. No, yeah, Daniel's managed again. Yeah, so is Lilith. Maybe the chances are quite low, I'm not sure. Maybe it's... Oh, yeah, look. Yeah, there we goes.
Yeah,
She's like, what was I doing in here? And there we go. Where are you going? He's just walking off confused, like, what did I go in there for? Lilith managed again. But yeah, so there you can see there's a small chance that absent-minded Sims will just forget what they were supposed to be doing when it comes to showering and bathing. Perhaps that mod could be expanded to other interactions. There's also a edit of Gummies science gives just gives science enthusiasm, which I usually use to now have trait support. So Genius Sims will gain skills faster on chess, and absent-minded will gain them slower. So Angela did get a head start there. She was the first to start playing, but I think, as you can see, this rate is pretty fast, and Angela's really not making much progress at all. So even though, yeah, Angela was already nearly halfway when they started, she's just gained a full skill before Lilith has even got a quarter progress. And there we go, Angela's now gained her second skill, and Lilith is still 3/4 of the way to her first skill. So you can really see that in action there, which I think makes so much sense. Next we've got an edit of the Flexi school, which can be used to, you know, create like playable schools and also for homeschooling. Lilith clearly needs some help, and Angela here wants to get an A+, but she hasn't gone to school today. So this edit make some logical changes, like want fulfillment, whereas the original mod doesn't. So any kind of homework and school related mods wouldn't get fulfilled via this way. And also this, you know, if you just don't send your kid to school but only ever do schooling this way, I think with the original mod the grade point would never go down. So once they got, say, an A+, they'd never have to do it again, whereas now the grade point will drop every day like it does at school, unless you know, do your schoolwork. So let's have them both do it. I've never really used... Oh no, I've just created work for Angela. Oh no, I've already messed up. Okay, let's clear this one. Create work for Lilith. Okay, so why are they placed so weirdly? Let's have them both do the work and see what happens. Wait, how is she an A+ now? Why is Roddenbull just come through the house? Why is Angela already an A+? Maybe if she finishes a one will fulfill? Oh, she lost. I'm really confused. But was that just really bad timing? I don't know. Let's try again. I don't know if I just timed it really badly with school. Oh, will you shut up, Daniel? Oh, did she get that grade point back up? She was an F before, right?
Ah, adorable.
Let's see if... Okay, yeah, Angela's an A now. So if we just make her do it one more time, she should get the A+, and the want should fulfill. No. Have I definitely installed it? Oh, maybe I've not done it right. Okay, maybe you're supposed to like set them to be homeschooled first. I've never used the original mod before, so I don't fully understand how it works. But maybe I will try downloading this and see if we can set them to like homeschooling and then see if that works. Okay, so now I've got this school changer. So if I change everybody to the Flexi school instead, and now try to make work for them both. Why do I keep just assigning them both? Whatever you doing, fucking stop. Fucking stop. Fucking stop. Whatever you doing, fucking stop. Stop, 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 stop. Okay, so they've each got work. So, oh, see, Angela's an A+ again. Oh, is she until she misses school? I see. So actually, to demonstrate the first part, I guess. I will speed along because part of this edit is that even though now they're in this Flexi school, their grades can still drop. So I'll speed along and see if and when that happens. Okay, so it's only actually 10 a.m. and well, I'm not sure when it happened actually. It might have been like 9, but I've just noticed it now at least. The grades have gone down. So Liz all the way down to F, and Angela, it's an A now. So let's have them do the work. Let's get those grade points up, hopefully. And then, hopefully, Angela's want to get an A+. Let's fulfill. And no, it doesn't. I don't know then. I don't know then. Sorry. Jelly.
Yeah!
Now, I do hope I haven't had to mute or remove that, but that was the bed woohoo music replaced with the very famous saxophone tune from George Michael's Careless Whisper, because I do 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 do. That's my terrible impression. But yeah, that is a very fitting woohoo music, and it is just for the bed, so which might be like a bit of a shame to some, but then in a way it's kind of good because you get the best of both, because the Sims 2 woohoo music is very iconic, and that way you'll still get that happen if you get the cutscene in hot tub. So yeah, that adds some spicy variety there. I've just made Don's environment really bad. As you can see, his need is absolutely 0, and he has the slob trait, so he's never gonna freak out that his environment is like this because he has the slob trait. To be honest, I'm not sure Sims as sloppy as Don would mind anyway. I think that might already be like a vanilla thing that really sloppy Sims also don't mind, but you know, at least that's just another way to make sure that, you know, if you've got a sim with the slob trait, then they won't be bothered by the mess in their environment either. Next, we've got the Better Car Restoration mod. So I've got Don, the fixer-upper. And firstly, the Rev engine interaction is no longer completely useless. It should just give a little boost of fun and tinkering enthusiasm. There's actually a little bit of point in doing it. Yeah, a little boost and tinkering game, fantastic. And also it just makes the motive drain a lot more reasonable. So I'll have Don work on the body now. And it's gonna make his comfort and hygiene go down a lot more, but his energy go down a lot less. So it's just a little bit more balanced and manageable and realistic. You know, they don't completely like need to go to bed after a few hours of working on it, but you know, they probably could do with a nice bubble bath. Is gaining tinkering enthusiasm really fast, it seems. Mechanical skill, if the skill gain is a lot faster, because previously it would be faster to learn mechanical via a book than doing this, so it increases the speed it gains mechanical skill. I'm not sure if this is a skill meter or a progress meter, actually, I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, look how low his hygiene is now. It's really taking a toll on his hygiene, his comfort's really going down. But his energy, you know, he's coping. And now, as we can see, he actually finished 90% of that. So that was good progress. So let me max his motives again and try the working on the engine. I usually do this first. Okay, this is really, really quick. We're getting his tinkering enthusiasm. Maybe a little bit too fast, but I mean, he has been at it all day, and obviously a very tinkering thing to do. Right, okay, he's stopping for his hygiene need now after it being full. I'm not sure how many skills he started with, but he gained a couple. 3 or 4 maybe, I think Yeah, you gained 2 mechanical skills just there. Oh, and he finished the engine, so that's completely finished the engine. So actually, he could probably finish the whole car without refusing to carry on. Yep, that's it. It's technically finished. He just needs to paint it. So yeah, he's got it all done. Okay, well, I did reset his motives, didn't I, between the body and the engine, but still, it doesn't completely like make him passing out after a couple of hours. So yeah, I think that's a lot more reasonable now. And I do wish it had trait support though. I think it'd be cool if it was supported like the handy trait and the vehicle enthusiast. But I do think the fun gain is dependent on the serious personality, where Don is in the middle. So I guess that means that serious Sims have more fun doing this. So yeah, I think that is a pretty cool balanced mod. I'm just yet again getting Don ready to come to Tricky Ann so I can show you something, and then I realised that for this one actually better off showing you in build mode. So that is some changes to this sauna by P Forest. So now it has some additional recolors, but what you'll notice with these ones is it actually removes the heater in it. So you can choose any of these ones, and some are really nice, you know, the different colours to the Maxis ones, so you look a lot more natural. So let's go with that one. And then now in miscellaneous appliances, there's this new stove style heater. I think you have to move objects on, and I believe it also said that you need to place it on a walkthrough block. Okay, so Pineapple Forest does advise to put it on a walkthrough block at OMSP, which I have in my game, but I don't have the collection to actually access them. So I'll just try popping it in, and we can, you know, just test it out anyway. So I guess if I just put move objects on, then I can place this heater, and then it has some nice recolors for it. So it looks like you can change the handle and the coals on one, and then the colour of the basin part separately. So that looks nice, and then I believe it will light up in live mode, and it also comes with a clock that's very suitable for a sauna as well. So that's pretty nice. So I'll save that and send Don here. So Don's here. Let's have a look at him using the sauna. Yeah, you can access it just fine, but I imagine if you've got multiple Sims, you know, anyone trying to sit here wouldn't be able to without that walkthrough block. And then you can turn it on as a light, and then it lights up a really cool light. That's it. So yeah, a nice kind of more rustic tweak to the sauna, and because it's a recolor that gets rid of the original heater, you can have both, so you can choose whether you want an electric heater in one place or this coal heater in another one. So I've actually messed up by sending Don here because I wanted to look at this new addition by More Popcorn, this Chalice of Days, that goes very nicely with her default replacement set, but you know, actually I do think it's required. I think it's actually slaved to these recolors, so I think at least part of it is required. Yeah, you can see how it like matches this fountain recolor, but it's actually only for elders, so Don can't interact with it. But I'm gonna see if I can teleport more over. Get into buy mode, get a sim blender, teleport, enable summon menu, teleport, summon Goth Mortimer, make him selectable. Right, we can't actually see the lifespan, can we? Because they're on holiday. But hopefully he can at least drink it, and maybe we'll get a notification about the results. There he goes, drinking out on the chalice. It's fantastic animation. Wow, I love that. Oh my god, what? Don't get out of the way! Oh my god, it actually makes them an adult. I thought it was just like the elixir of life that like bought them more days. But no, he's fully an adult now. He's blonde. Are you actually joking? Is that the real genetics of Mortimer Goth in The Sims 2? I feel like so betrayed right now. Where is his black hair? Is that his like genetic data as well, that he's got blonde hair? That's not okay, Sims 2. But anyway, yes, Mortimer is an adult now, thank you to the Chalice of Days. So yeah, elders that you want to make an adult again can, well, obviously you can buy this anywhere, but it's very fitting obviously for these kind of temple lots in Tweaky Island, so they can make a little pilgrimage holiday to seek youth. So there we go. That's really cool. We're at the Calientes now, and the first thing I want to look at is one I tried earlier, but I've actually got the option now, and that is ask what your job is expanded. Now, I don't know what the criteria is for these questions showing up, but I tried a few different ways and hadn't had them showing up before, but now they finally are, and I believe I did save making some changes to Mortimer's situation, so hopefully we're going to get some new information when Dina asks what his job is. No dirty jokes though, please. There we go, look. So I gave him a part-time job, so he's at a playground monitor level 1. I wish that said part-time. Also, I'm a retired mad scientist at level 10, and also I'm the owner of Woodland Park. How cool is that? So now being a business owner counts, being retired counts, having a part-time job counts, and they will tell you all of those. Fantastic, Lamar, as always. Thank you. I also want to look at this Sclera accessory by, is that how you say it? Sclera accessory by Ivana Mari. So this, you can see it makes her eyes look a little bit different. So let me just cancel out so you can see. Open your eyes, please, Nina. I'm trying to look at you. Oh my god. So this comes with, I believe, its own default replacements for the eyes, and as you can see, they're just kind of plain white. Let's look at Dina as well, and also notice that they no longer have those chunky black eyelashes either, and that is a separate mod that complements this one very nicely. So it removes those heavy eyelashes, so now you can use the 3D eyelashes accessory, which I don't think I have in my downloads folder right now, or just some nice eyelash makeup instead of hiding behind those big blocks of eyelashes. So now we should be able to enhance her eyes by applying this Sclera accessory. So you can see there that it does change the look of our eyes a little bit. So now the edges are a lot less sharp, and you can see the little red dot thing that we all have, and I think the point of this is it enhances the pupil movement much more naturally. I think like a cutscene would be a good test of this actually. So let me do the same for Dina. Oh yeah, see how eyes like go weird sometimes like that. I don't know if that like maybe fixes that. Of course, she'll never do that ever again now that I think Nina just did that. The same thing, and her eyes didn't go weird. So yeah, it really fixes up the kind of pupil and iris animations. And I always notice that eyes are very strange in the hot tub woohoo scene, like customized. So let's see what that looks like. Let's see if we can. Is she actually got a high enough relationship? I think so. Mortimer, what are you doing? Ask to join. Let's woohoo with Mortimer and see. And I guess because obviously he won't have the accessory on, we can really see the comparison. So let's try. See what they look like here. It may not apply to cutscenes really, but we can try, can't we? Hopefully this is a cutscene. Right. Yeah, see, look how weird his eyes are. But, oh yeah, no, it's not perfect. But I think that was a bit better. So yeah, that is another set of ID default replacements with a Sclera accessory that allows for much more natural movement and smoother eye animations. And then being able to get rid of those chunky eyelashes is fantastic as well. So let me just read this bit. So when the Sclera was painted directly onto the eye texture or used as a makeup overlay, it moved along with the iris, which looked unnatural. So that's typically what custom eyes have always done in the past, and that's why they can look a little bit weird with some animations. Players had to choose between a more realistic eye texture or better animation compatibility, and I guess that means just the maxi size. Now you can use eye textures with just a plain or gradient white Sclera, so that's the default we saw before we put them on, while the lacrimal carnucle, which is the little red dot, and eyelash shadow are placed on the accessory texture instead. Thus, when the eye moves, the Sclera remains in place. So the iris animation is using the Maxis one, whereas the better texture overlay is additional. So as you can see, the movement is a lot more natural. And I think I chose the less redness one, right? The less redness option.
Going to Kubala Gorge.
So hopefully I didn't have to mute that and off as the bed woohoo music default, but that was a default replacement for the Burglar theme music to replace it with the Pink Panther theme. I'm not going to do a terrible impression of that. I'm sure you will all know the Pink Panther theme. So again, that is very fitting. Of course, the Sims 2 Burglar tune is also very iconic. So yeah, it's a tough call, but that's very cool, fitting replacement as well. I've sent the girls to a community lot now to look at a few things. So firstly, we've got these new umbrella kiosks, so we can buy a sun shield, which is like the vampire umbrellas we looked at last time, or a rain shield, an ordinary umbrella. So let's buy one of those each. Oh, do you know what to do?
Hey, BellaDovah.
Nina decided she doesn't want one. No, she's gone. And then, so now they've each got a umbrella in their inventory, and now that means that if I guess I can make it rain, can't I? If I set the weather to be rainy, pause weather rain, and then have them go outside, they should. You're putting the outwear on to go outside in the rain and sun? Really? Okay, no, they're not getting their umbrella on. Oh, there we go. It just took a while. Oh, and I didn't give them any colour traits, but if I had done, then the umbrella would have been in their paper. I can't put it in their inventory here anyway. I guess we can look at that when we get home. But yeah, this was an older mod. Well, not old, but not brand new. Immersive rain, covering your head with an umbrella in the rain. That was all existing, but there's now a way you can actually immersively buy umbrellas from a community lot. It seems like they can't buy them anymore now they've got one. So yeah, it's just a fun way to add something new to sell on your community lots. Now they have very good cooking skills. Let's just turn off the rain. Also the sky. But if I give them some, they will now be able to grill cheese. So that's really good if you've got grilled cheese aspiration sims. They can now use grills, barbecues to make grilled cheese sandwiches, which is great. Another option for barbecues. It's never bad. Now for our next mod, the unsavoury charlatan has conveniently shown up. I was worried I was going to be really waiting and faffing around for that to happen. You know, when you want him, he never shows up. Before we left, I gave Nina a job in the law enforcement career, and now she has this interaction for fisticuffs with the unsavoury charlatan. Nina does not, but Nina, as a law enforcement officer, can fight the unsavoury charlatan. You can do it. Yeah, she's gonna fight him. Oh, she lost, unfortunately. Oh, and she lose some money for that. She got a memory for that? No. Oh yeah, she lost the fight with the unsavoury charlatan. So yeah, now but it did make him go away at least. But now your law enforcement officers can take matters into their own hands when they're off duty. They can fight the unsavoury charlatan, which is pretty cool. I also want to grab some magazines for another mod we'll look at when they get home. So I'll just have them grab a few each. They don't want to get that one. Why is there no cashier here? Nina's just rung her up. That's so weird. Never had that before. What is happening? So is Gina gonna come and bring Nina up now? Because she's just like stuck without a cashier? What the hell? Okay. That's very strange. Let's stick to going inside, I guess. Oh, she's upset about that fight. What have I actually bought? I've got these four. Is there any others? Let's just get this one and then call it a day. And then I think we can head home. So I've got all the magazines out that the girls have bought to show you the more better logic magazines or something. So now Sims will gain more fun from reading magazines if they're interested in at least one of the topics in said magazine. So this one, we can see it's politics, culture and environment. Gina doesn't like any of those things, so if she reads about this, she will just get the normal maxis amount of fun, which isn't very much. Yeah, just a little bit, just slowly. Not very much at all. But now, if we read this one, so it has got crime in it, which she's not interested in, but she's really interested in money, so I think if she reads money, she'll get much more fun. Yeah, that does seem to be faster. So yeah, they'll just enjoy reading magazines more if it's the topics they're interested in, which makes a whole lot of sense. Now by the same author, we've also got a mod for the newspaper, and that is about crosswords. And I believe what it does is it makes crosswords be a lot harder for absent-minded sims. So let's make Nina absent-minded. They'll just learn logic a lot slower than a normal sim, and geniuses and buttwords would get it faster. But I believe once one person's done it, that's it. So we'll have Nina do it. The mod does recommend another mod that makes crosswords like last longer. Oh yeah, see, they don't last very long at all. So yeah, I probably would consider getting that mod. But yeah, she barely made any logic progress there. To be honest, I don't think anyone can with that length of time. But still, you know, the crossword's gone, unfortunately. But yeah, it's still a very cool concept. Fine visit with the Brokes now to look at functional food objects. What else? Not many for you this time though. And this is the Grocery Tote. So now we can buy a bag of groceries for just 20 simoleons in miscellaneous appliances, and pick from all kinds of really cute recolors and then place it. And then what you can do with this is then buy groceries from there. So she's bought 65 simoleons of groceries and they're in our inventory, and we can, I guess the fridge is full so we can't stock it. Can I like, no, I can't like empty it out. Maybe if we just make a meal, then there's like room for it. If we're just taking that out. Then if we check the supplies. Yeah, so now there's 20 capacity. And you can put away the groceries now. And then it should be full. Nope. Nope, that didn't do anything. Try it.
Oh, yes.
No, that doesn't seem to actually be stocking it. I don't know, maybe if it just needs to be like a lower level. But for whatever reason, you might have some storytelling reasons why you don't want to go to a shop or order groceries, so that's just an alternative way of getting groceries. So, Lord Crumps and co have been at it again and converted the whole of the luxury party stuff back from the Sims 4. And obviously I don't cover custom content, but there are some functional kind of mod items in it. So if I just grab this table that happens to be converted from the luxury party stuff, but any table would do. Now in the party section, we've got some food platters. I've actually got two, and I don't know why, and I don't know why one of them has missing textures, so I'm just gonna ignore. Oh, that's actually, we'll get onto that after. Ignore me, ignore me, ignore me. This one is the one converted from luxury party, so if I can put that here, and then you can serve. Whoa, so many options. You can choose. Wait, what? So you can literally turn anything into a buffet meal. That's so cool. I'm probably getting like ideas for like hotel buffets. That's so cool. Okay, so you can literally have like buffet cereal. That's really cool. Let's have buffet spaghetti. Why not? Now you can turn any table into a buffet and serve anything that you want. And there we go. You've got a serving. So obviously you could place loads of different ones and choose whichever one you like. There's also this drinks fountain. So if I just pop, oh, okay, like comes off the food platter. Okay, that's a bit weird. I'm sorry. Let's put the drinks fountain here instead, and now you can buy different drinks. I guess some look like cheese. You can make it like chocolate or cheese, to be honest. I kind of wish these were just different items. So like there is a separate one that's a chocolate fountain, a separate one that's a cheese fountain. But oh well, otherwise there's ones that look more like punch. So I wonder if that means like guests could just like grab anything. So let's say it is fruit punch, like it looks like. There we go, she's just grabbed drink. Now she's gonna drink it. I'm guessing it would increase hunger a little bit. Oh, it's getting fun. That's cool. It's getting fun. Oh, she's throwing up. Hopefully it was non-alcoholic punch. So what happens if she gets cheese fondue now from this very obvious punch fountain? Oh my gosh, she's actually just gonna drink that. And that's disgusting. Drinking cheese fondue from the fruit punch fountain. But obviously, yeah, you can use your imagination. I just don't know what guests are gonna do, but I mean, you can just pretend it's a yellow punch. And then they bin the plastic glasses. So that's cool. And then inspired by that, someone made a new kind. Oh, look, these are like also from luxury party. So these tables are like meant to be buffet tables. So you could place your buffet on there. But what someone else has done is made a Maxis Match version. So this very like celebration stuff style table is being made into this kind of buffet style table. And then they're the one that have made these Maxis Match buffet serving food in that style instead of the Sims 4 style. So now you look how many you can place. That's really cool. Just clip a little bit. So we could serve some fish at the top, we could serve some omelets here, some cereal here, some even grandma's comfort soup. We could do lunch meat sandwiches, we could do pancakes. Oh, I've still got one. Oh, you can put away leftovers from them as well. That's cool. Oh, why is this one not served? Is it like... Oh yeah, it just was like clicking on this one instead. And I guess we'll do lobster on that one. So there we go, all kinds of different food in a more compact arrangement. So that's fantastic. And yeah, I'm not sure why there's two. Let me read. Oh, is this one smaller or bigger? Oh, that one's a smaller one. But I have some blue textures on the bigger one for some reason. So you could have... So I used the small one everywhere, right? Did I? Did I? But you could put a big one in the middle. I don't know what the difference is. Yeah, there's just more area around it. Okay. So yeah, I'm not sure why that one's got some flashing blue textures, but the main texture is fine. And then the small one fits around the table a little bit better, but like I said, there is some clipping, which is a shame. I think it would be the same on the party stuff one anyway, because you can see it's the exact same size. I think it's like cloned from this one. Maybe that one's a bit bigger. No, I think that's just an optical illusion. Oh well, it's got like space under it. Maybe that looks better. So yeah, you could do the big one there. Them around there. Yeah, and this one looks better because it's like going under this platform instead of clipping through it. But otherwise, I mean, it still works, so it doesn't matter. Obviously, this one wouldn't suit all kinds of places and events, so it's very nice to have the option. I really like having... But personally, I don't feel like I need to choose one or the other. I'd probably have both. I'd have the tables from Luxury Party and the buffet servers from it, as well as this Max's Match set. So fantastic options. For our next mod, I've placed some apartments in Pleasant View because this mod kind of changes the Sims who are going to be neighbours in these apartments, apparently. So I've placed down one of each lot class. So we've got a low one, a medium and a high one, according to this website, is where I gathered that from, and I found the results to be really strange because like this Bella Bell's townhomes, I think it's actually, you know, this looks nice and apparently that's low class. And I don't think the Pleasant Vista look too bad, but apparently they're low. So it's a little bit strange. Oh, and the like trailer park is apparently a medium, not a low, if you place it from lot view. So yeah, it's probably, if you're actually using these, you know, for reals, I'd probably recommend using the lot adjuster tool to adjust the class to something that kind of makes more sense. But apparently, according to this, we've got one of each. So I'm going to move some Sims into each of them, and we're going to see what kind of Sims move next to them. So I'll start by moving the Burbs into this high one, I guess. So this one definitely looks nice, very posh. Definitely can see why this is a high class one. I guess let's get them to reserve an apartment. We're not really playing, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. I guess let's go for this one. I don't have my usual apartment mods in, so you know, things are expensive and can't be furnished and things, so looks like LaShawn Cameron to come in. which is a typical apartment life kind of guy. Oh, Jennifer's just ran indoors because of the rain, and I think that's is packaged with that umbrella kiosk mod we looked at earlier. So I'll just speed along a bit and see who else turns up. So it does look like we've just got some of the typical apartment townies, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, so we've just got 3 tech townies. We've got LaShawn, Jill, and Talon, which is what you'd usually get. So the idea of this mod is that it introduces more kinds of Sims that can be townies. So look here, obviously with the techies and socialites, but now a landlord, a big boss, a good witch, a bad witch, a grand vampire, or headmaster could be a neighbour in a high apartment instead. But I imagine it's probably still prioritising the techies if they're available. So a good thing is that it shouldn't create new apartment life townies as much. You know, if they're all kind of moved in and you've got a lot of apartments, it shouldn't generate more unless, you know, all these various NPCs have a home as well, I imagine. So what I might do is this kind of has some tuning information. So I might see if before we move someone into the middle class, I might see if I can actually disable the jocks and whatever else it is. Jocks and who's? Is it just jocks? Anyway, I'll see if I can tune it so that the apartment life townies don't move in, and then we should see the NPCs living with them. So I'll just hop out of my game and then see if we can see a difference for the middle class. So unfortunately it doesn't look like you can actually disable it being the normal apartment life townies through just easy tuning anyway. It looks like the tuning is only for the new types of Sims that can be neighbours. So here's where, you know, if you didn't like the idea of any of these Sims being in any apartments, you could turn them off. For example, if you're not playing with the colours, you know, you might want to turn off the witches and vampires. I don't really know what these numbers represent. Maybe that you'd actually delete the line, you know. But either way, there isn't lines for the social group townies. So I don't know if I'm actually right in that they still have some kind of priority and will always be populated first, or it was just kind of luck of the draw that they all just happen to be social group townies. So perhaps we could just try again. But otherwise, I mean, there's 20 that could move in, so it's going to take a lot of apartments before you'd see any others if it is that these get priority, because obviously we got 3 techs and there's 10 of those, but it could have also been socialized and there's another 10 of those. So I don't know. I guess I could just try again, but otherwise, you know, it'd be cool if this mod added some tuning for like the likelihood, or be able to just completely disable apartment life townies. I kind of wish I'd just, you know, emptied the stealth hood before, but here we are. We have them in the hood, and you know, many people do and still need to do something with them, so we shall just try again, I suppose, without doing any kind of tuning. There is this tuning that like gives the ID of the twice. I'm really confused, to be honest. Actually, might be able to do it here. So this is like the list of family IDs that can be like the game picks from, and as you can see, some are down twice, and the mod page says first 5 values in those beacons are assigned to the low class, the next 5 to the middle, and the last 5 to high class families. You can edit the values to add, remove, or change which family instances are chosen for your hoods. If you want to know what the family instances are, you can find them here. So I think if I change these IDs to be just something else, then that would prevent it. I think I need to keep the 555, so I don't think I should delete them, because then it might move to a different lot class as it's intended. So if I perhaps make both of these the service NPCs as well, then I should only see ones chosen from them, but still the only specific ones. Oh, for God's sake, I'm just going to stop rambling and just try that. So if I copy this number and change these two to them as well, then that replaces those groups. Same with middle, so if I replace jocks with service NPCs as well. We've got 2 Gearheads and Bohemians. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll just make all of them for the low the same as well. Is that the same number? No. That doesn't make any sense. This number here says it's service ID, but then here it says it's downtown is, and it's the same number. I am thoroughly confused. So here it says this number is service NPCs. Let's say I'll just take this number instead then. I don't know what's going on. I might be breaking everything, but I'm gonna try it anyway. These can say as DF. Don't know what that actually is. I'll make this one. Hopefully that does it. Maybe it doesn't. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like the comment was just wrong. I've just closed SimPe, but this is what the mod page links to, the list of IDs. So indeed, the surface NPCs is this 7FFF. So, oh, is it FFD? That's the adoption pool. I don't know. I think one of them might be wrong in there, but I've mostly changed them to this one, so that's what we should hopefully see now. Okay, so I've actually just reloaded the burbs to before they chose their apartment and neighbours started spawning. I just quit without saving. So yeah, now we have the neighbour of a headmaster. BJ Ryan is coming to move in. Now we've got a Sandy Fairchild, who I believe is and then we've got another headmaster, Vince Walter. Sandy Fairchild is an apartment life townie though. Sandy. Yes, Sandy Fairchild is a socialite. But, I mean, we've seen some kind of change because we've got 2 headmasters living here now. Vince Walter and BG Ryan are now neighbours. So let's go see what happens in a middle class slot now. So I'm going to move all of these into this middle class one over here. Try to pick apartments that kind of looked like they fit in Pleasant View. I don't know if anyone has noticed. Oh my god, what are you doing, Herb? Oh, well, that wasn't a very good start, was it? Right. Let's just grab the ground floor one. Oh my god, they're both in aspiration failed. What did you do? Okay, BJ Ryan's here now, apparently. I didn't save it. Okay, and so is Walter. Okay, the headmasters. Love it. So this must actually be a high one then. Oh, and another one. We've just got headmasters. So maybe, have I read that wrong? Maybe that source is wrong. Which one is this? I think it's the Sentinel. Yeah, and it says it's a medium. Unless it's my tuning or something with the mod, but apparently this is a medium. Oh, isn't there a print? Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is actually another high. So that's why. So yeah, I guess that information I was referring to wasn't accurate, unfortunately. But there we go. Headmaster neighbours in a high apartment. Let's see if the low one is really low. So I'm going to go with Sid Roseland and move him into the Pleasant Vista. Hopefully this is at least medium, if not low. And we see some different faces. But the kind of random doesn't seem to be very random. It seems to be like only social group or only headmasters. Which is a bit of a shame. Okay, let's print lot class here. Okay, there we go. This one is actually low. So we should see somebody different now. And also, I put in a mod that I thought was in my folders, but actually wasn't, so I've just put that in when I quit my game there, which is move-in time 7 AM. So as you can see, the time that he has arrived is 7 instead of 8, like it usually is. And that just means, you know, any jobs that start at 8 or 9, Sim will be able to go to, and especially for kids, they're not going to miss that first school bus because they've moved house. I tend to have to change the time when Sims move in. I actually try to make it the same time as what they left usually, but I do think this is perhaps a better default if you just want to get the ball rolling normally and have them go to the job or the school. Then I think that's a good time adjustment. So let's have Sid get this one, I guess, doesn't really matter, and see who shows up here. Oh, we've got Lucy Hamby is going to be a neighbour, which is pretty cool. She must be going upstairs. Who else? Oh, Kaylin Langrak has decided she's living here. Cool. She's going this side. Who's going to be the last? The other maid? Yep. Raymond Harris. So 3 maids. So yeah, it does seem to kind of fill them in order, which is a bit of a shame. So yeah, we can see this long list of who it could mean, but it is just 3 maids, which is a bit of a shame. But you know, it's a cool concept. It does say that, you know, it's kind of in testing still, so I do think it's a good concept. With Sid though, there was another mod I wanted to look at, and that is an edit to the Wannabe Moodlets traits mod. So obviously Sid loves his dog Porthos, so I'm gonna give him the dog lover trait. So see where his mood is now. If I give him this trait, perhaps his mood's gonna jump up. Yep, there we go. He's in a better mood because he's with his dog. Seems to drop down as he's like going out of range with the fetch, and then it bounces back up, so it's kind of like calculating it low. Oh, he's back again. Increase. Calculating. Oh, he's gone out of range low. Oh, he's back. Calculating, back up. That's cute. So this is kind of an expansion to an existing trait mod that I, for example, would make Sims who love the heat be happier when their body temperature is high and things like that. This expands it to Sims enjoying being around the pet. So if they're dog lover and close to a dog, the mood will be boost. And obviously with cats, and I think animal lover as well. Let's check. So I think it's just cat lover and dog lover, not animal lover. And also, as in the original, the fact that grumpy Sims will just generally have a lower mood, this mod expands that same kind of effect to the neurotic trait as well, which I guess it's fair enough. But yeah, I do really like the idea of the mood being boosted around pets. I think it would be nice if it was just animal lover as well, and it could be either or, but yeah, it's nice to have those dog lover and cat person have an effect. And there's that catch you on the flippity flop as well, isn't there? That adds dislikes cats and dogs, so it would probably be really easy to kind of use that mod as an example and expand it even further to go the other way. So if he'd actually dislike dogs, his mood would be lower around a dog. So that's a cool idea for a mod in the future. Perhaps I'll tackle one day. I'm just not really into Sims 2 modding right now, but I'm sure I'll get into it again one day. But yeah, cool idea. I'm in university now. I added Sim State University onto the Pleasant View mod, and I've moved in. Oh God, what did they call the freshman household, I think? And now Ty is off to class. And now this is the mod I wanted to look at, which gives a pop-up to inform you when a university student has returned from class. Of course, it's not as relevant as when they go to the first class like now, because you get pop-ups about them meeting the professors, so it's kind of obvious they're back. But usually, obviously, this doesn't happen. So what tends to happen for me is I tend to play with very big dormitories, and I'm focused in on one person or a few people over here doing things. I'm not looking at the road, and then especially if a few of them have returned ones, they will just stand here for a while chit-chatting, and I will not realise that they're back. So then they've lost hours of time, where I'd usually be controlling them, which tends to be about fulfilling the needs, and hopefully that tends to be about gaining some university progress. So usually I play with 2-day semesters, 16-day college experience, so there's a little bit more to do before each exam. So time is precious in university situations. So this is a mod idea I had on my wish list on my website of all the mod ideas I've come up with, ones I plan to do, ones that I've thought of but I don't know how to do myself. And someone very, very kindly saw this idea and made it come true. So thank you very much, Paolo, for creating this off my wish list and sharing it with me in my Discord. I apologise it's taken me this long to have a look at it. As I mentioned, I've been distracted with other things, but this will be a permanent mod in my downloads folder because for me it's just so handy. There's various other messages. This time it says back from having their brain fried. But there's loads of different ones that you can say. There's lots of useful conflict information. I do use no finals at night. Apparently it's okay if this mod loads after. I hope it doesn't replace any of the functionality of no finals at night because I do really like that mod. I guess I'd use that mod, but it's not an essential. And I use Apartment Hack, and there's actually a compatible version. So it looks like the conflicts for these ones are probably handled in some way, whether or not you have them. But for these two, if you use them, you'd actually have to use the compatible version. So I'm not sure what would happen if you had both of these mods. Is it a patch or is it a version? The size, it looks like it's a version. So I'm not sure the situation if you had both of those mods. I don't personally use this one because I think it's a random chance and I wouldn't like that. I think if Sims have studied, then they'll do well. But anyway, it's good to have that information. And oh look, I'm very kindly in the credits for the inspiration to create this mod taken from mod plans and ideas page. So here we are. I think this might actually still be on there. I know I'd have to take it off. Was it in this section? It's hard to find because I have many many ideas of mods I really wished existed, and lots of mods that I've like basically made and just need to share or like tweak a little bit. Where's Pop? No. No, I think I might have already taken it off. I wish I could cross it out and add the mod next to it, but I have this website with Wix. Believe it or not, my full-time job is a web developer, but I do enough of that, in work hours, so I didn't want to code a website from scratch in my free time. So I made it with Wix. But what really annoys me is Wix does not have a strike-through text feature. So unfortunately, that's like there's not really a good way that I can like format a way to like leave an idea but say actually this has been made, which is a bit of a shame. So yeah, I think I must have taken it off here when they told me that they'd made this. So that's one less thing on the list, but there's a whole lot more. So any modders out there that are looking for some inspiration, feel free to give this a visit because like I said, I'm not actively modding at the moment. So yeah, I really appreciate this being brought to life. As we can see from the pictures, there's various different messages. So there's just Justin's back from class, or is glad to be back. This is the one we saw, having the brain fried, or survived another trip to campus. So there's just some variation of the text that can appear, which is fun. But yeah, I just think I'll find it really handy and not just lose time for my university students anymore, not realizing they've come home. Because obviously with work and school, the school bus in the cars honk when they get back, and I think there's like a little pop-up camera, and sometimes there'll be information about a promotion, so you never really don't notice your Sims returning from school and work, whereas I think it's just too easy to not realize your Sims back from university class. So I just think that's so handy. So I've just sent the college kids to the library to look at this revamp of an old mod, SimWardrobe's Vocation trainer. So Big Woe has expanded and updated and tweaked it with loads of improvement. Now unfortunately I've never used the original, and it's from a dead site as far as I know, so I don't know where the original description would be, so I don't really know what it kind of did originally. But this expands it to include all of the new badges that were introduced in seasons and free time. It also kind of tweaked motives and skills, so charisma actually matters, and that there's a PR increase between the teacher and amongst the students, so that's cool. So all 7 skills are teachable, or 11 badges across all 3 expansion packs are teachable. To be eligible to teaching, the minimum skill point is 8 and the minimum badge level is gold. Both badge and skill point rates are enhanced by the teacher's logic and charisma in equal parts. 300% for maximum for both, with all factors included. Skill gain rate also depends on the serious personality, and badge gain rate, it depends on the associated skill. That's cool. So teachers will gain social but lose fun and comfort while teaching. Makes sense. Social gaming is increased the less shy and more outgoing the teacher is. Fun loss is lessened by if the teacher is nice, and fun loss becomes gain if the teacher is really nice. So for 7 or more. To be honest, I wonder if serious would make more sense, or just both, like be either serious or nice. Because I get, like, is trying to represent teachers that enjoy teaching, and typically you think of those teachers as being nice. But then in a way, like when I think of The Sims, I think serious Sims find kind of more studious activities fun than other Sims. And the teacher gains charisma while teaching. The students gain social and have a fun loss while studying, both personality independent. Fun loss can be mitigated by teacher's current charisma as soon as the students start studying, and it can be turned into fun gain if the teacher has high charisma. Okay, cool. The students will chat, that's cool. Enthusiasm gain, fantastic. So to be eligible to teach it, the minimum skill point is 8. Okay. So why can't I just select anybody? And what's the difference between selecting an instruction and recruiting a student? None of these guys would be eligible, would they? What happens if I make it, what's her name, Sam? Sure, it'll say she's not skilled enough. So she's a selected instructor. So what can she... She's not good enough to teach any of them, is she? Begin teaching. Yeah, she can't. Okay. So let's just say she can then. Let's say she is really good at logic. And maybe, well, yeah, okay, she doesn't have any charisma. So let's try now. Oh, she can. The Sim's gonna come and sit down. No, they're just looking at what seats are. I hope these seats work. How do I get him to watch it? Don't go to class. Do not go to class. Come here. Come here. I don't know how to get them to watch it. We need a textbook. Oh, okay. Right, hang on. I think I'm doing this wrong. Okay, so we don't need seats. We need desks. Okay, okay. I wish I had some one-tile desks, but alas, that's so unnecessary. I'll just use tables. They can just have these tables. Go away, you're in the way. I'm trying to do something. So if I do this and get some seats going, where is this textbook then? Oh, here we go. So now, you gonna do it? Or study? Yeah, there you go. You're gonna study now. So she wasn't gaining fun. Yeah, wait. Yeah, she's 7 or more, so she's not losing fun doing this. I think she must have been gaining it. So now these two are taking notes of this lesson and gaining skills. How cool is that? And she gained a point of charisma from doing that. That's really cool. I wonder, just trying to think how you could do this realistically, because obviously Sam is a student as well. I wonder if I could literally get an actual professor. Let's see. You can make the class charge money. Let's stop teaching. Dismiss the instructor. Oh, and now they're just erroring. Okay, I'll have to buy that again. Can anyone use that, or is that like used now? I don't know. Teleport, enable, teleport, summon. Or is it in this one, I think? I think I might be able to find some professors in here. Okay, we found some. So let's see what Larry Larea knows. Are these guys actually skilled? Probably not. This is Maxis. Oh, they are. He's skilled in body. Cool. Okay, he's not very nice though. So I don't need to have him selectable, I don't think. So you could just teleport him over. So let's make it Professor Larry. Charge for class. Oh, select subject. Body. Begin teaching. And he's just going to study right away. Yes, because he's a selected student. Okay. You are there, aren't you? No, it errored. That's weird that Larry's classed as a student as well. I think it's just indicating that you can't make someone a student and a professor, which makes sense actually. Cool. Okay, so I need another textbook, please. So recruit student Jared, recruit student Sam, and then they should also start learning. Okay, he seems to be gaining money, but are they losing? No, it's giving it to their household. Okay, that's weird. The active household gains money, so you only want to make the class charge if it's actually your household doing the teaching, not the learning. Noted. But that's cool, you know. I'm really picturing, you know, like Annie Bat's Pleasant View, and she'll have maybe, you know, someone from the science lab come and do a lecture, maybe playing as their household, so then they'd gain money, something like that. So you could do it like that. Someone's class, don't worry about it, this is your class now. So this is so cool. You could really make some fantastic functional classes like this, and it seems well balanced, and with some similar mods that's always the problem I've had and not used them because they're just a bit overpowered, whereas this seems pretty fair and well balanced. I'm really liking this. They've nearly all gained a skill. There we go. Ty's gained his. I mean, they're only getting the first one, so it makes sense that it wouldn't have taken them long. Yeah, that was the first body skill for all of them. That is so cool. Oh my god, I love that. I had no idea this original mod existed, but it does sound like it needed some work, so Big Woe has really taken this and made it fantastic, made so much sense. I could imagine this getting some trait support integration. Like, this is making some cogs turn of how, like, some new gameplay systems I could do. This is really exciting, actually. Oh, I really like it. Really like it. We're in Cast now to look at the last few mods within game. And the first thing to note is my lighting mod has been updated once again, Cinema Secrets, with some tweaks to the Create a Sim lighting. So it now uses the daytime indoor lighting configuration so it looks more natural. Oh, cast lighting turned off by default, but you can turn it back on in cast_lighting. Oh, it also changed some soft amber lighting, you know, in normal lots, which is cool. So am I understanding that there's actually no effect here because it's off by default and I've not turned it on? Anyway, FYI, if you use Max's Match Lighting mod or Cinema Secrets, they've been updated. I think the motivation for the cast lighting was the same author's tweaks to the minimalist cross screen, which basically just removes everything. I've not got that because I quite like the stuff that's going on in the background, but you know, if you just want to remove all that, then there you go. But what we want to look at is some mods by Leto Mills. They've really been on fire with the cast mods. I feel like this looks nice than usual. Is this like placebo effect? It looks very warm and natural, but maybe it's the reshade. Yeah, it might be actually. Yeah, I'm gonna have a tough time parting with reshade, but then there's a few like cases where I don't like the way it looks. Like I said last time, I think the evenings were a bit too pink. The nighttime and the evenings were too pinky, but generally I think it's a huge improvement, so we'll have to see. So firstly, there have been some young adult recategorizes which enables university clothes for adults. So obviously this isn't the create a student, this is a full adult, and we've got some university pieces to be able to choose from. Now, is there any trousers? Yeah, we can use these skirts for our adults. And some outfits. I just realised that they were outfits and separates. That's cool. So it's not everything, but there are now some university outfits that are enabled. Never noticed these before. Actually, kind of nice. Am I crazy? They're actually kind of nice. That's a little bit weird to have a secret society one as an adult. And the toga. If it cool, I guess, if you're playing like some kind of historical thing, I suppose. But these, I really like having the option for adults as well. I think they're actually, as far as Max's clothing goes, like some of the nicer ones. So it's cool to be able to have them on adults as well. And as you can imagine, same with the men too. I think there might be some in other categories. Yep, there's these really nice athletic outfits, which are nice. Don't see why they can't be for adults. I think there's some nice nighties as well that used to bother me when I didn't use CC that I couldn't have them for adults. So why are these nighties just for young adults? Excuse me. So that's fantastic to have them for adults as well. Brilliant. Bikinis too. Yeah, why were they just for young adults? Excellent. Also by Leto Mills, they've actually gone ahead and basically revamped all of the child clothing meshes, especially with a focus on the fat morph, I believe. So they all just look a lot better, like fixed up any little errors and just made the fat morph a little bit more realistic and not so like exaggerated. I hate these lines on the legs. Why does it happen? I wish there was something that could fix it. But yeah, these seem really nice. I'll show you some before and afters in a second. But yeah, I do think this makes, children with the fat body morph, I think it's far more fair and flattering now. Sometimes they had like really huge overspilling love handles and things like that. So yeah, I think these are really nice meshes. So it's 68 default replacement meshes. I think it's like pretty much every child mesh with new fat morphs. So let's have a look. So this is the original, and then this is the improved. So I don't think there's any difference to the not fat body, but as you can see, like look how bulbous this fat morph is. So it just tones it down a bit, It doesn't give them such a beer belly, And this kind of looked a bit weird, didn't it? So that's just really smoothed it out, made the lines kind of behave as you'd expect still. So yeah, they're just some really nice flattering mesh improvements. Highly recommend those. Next, for something a little bit different, I've actually got some tools to look at this time to do with The Sims 2. So this one is the Big Awful Texture Locator. This is the first time I've opened it, and all I did was click this button to direct it to my downloads folder, and then it just scanned it, and now I have this report of, I think all of my packages that contain a texture. And you can add filters here, so you could do it by width or by height or memory, format or MIP levels. I don't know what a MIP level, minimap levels. I don't know how you can sort it. Is it not sorted? No, maybe it's not sorted. Cool if you could just sort these instead of having to have a specific filter. I don't know what like a big amount of memory is. This might be a bad example. I've run this on my old Veronable downloads folder, like my full old downloads folder. And what I did was I very lazily merged all of my CC together to reduce loading times. It used to be like 20 minutes and now it's 2. Bung it all together, because I was just really desperately trying to relieve my pressure on the game and be able to run it more smoothly. And this did work, but it's not an elegant solution for be able to, you know, manage your download, see what you've got, remove things, add things. So, I mean, this looks like a lot of memory. I wouldn't know what kind of criteria to put in, but we could find, let's see, we could do height and width ones filtered. I mean, that's quite a lot. I've got quite a lot of 1024 textures, but I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Some things you'd definitely notice a difference if they were lower. Maybe let's try a memory. Okay, defaults to a lot of zeros. Okay, and I don't know, that still loads. I mean, do glasses need to be this big textures? Perhaps not. It looks like I've got some glasses that are quite intensive. The idea here is that you can use this to find things, to find textures that are really big, whether that's like literally the dimensions of them or the amount of memory they're using, and then that make you realize actually I'm just not going to use those because it's best not to put textures on in my game. Or it might mean that you want to go ahead and edit them and remove those top, you know, higher textures and regenerate the textures using like a smaller maximum. I don't think that's very difficult to do, but it's cool that you can hover over it and it tells you exactly, it shows you what it is that's the problem. But I just really think it needs to add filtering, so you could just sort by the most memory and the largest. It looks like these glasses, they're the only things that are going above 1024. So let me test that theory. I'll do 1024 above it. Okay, no, not quite. We've got some clothes by YSim as well. Some hairs too. The skylines, obviously, they're big textures. Oh, I did height and width. The glasses was just on one, that it was above 1024. But yeah, these clothes are very large textures. These are like big trailer things, so it's quite understandable that they'd be big. And obviously the skylines, as I said, kind of need to be big. If someone actually made edited ones that aren't as big, and I tried it and I just couldn't stand the difference, like it was night and day, like how obviously lower quality it was. So for me, I think it's worth having big textures for the skylines. I think it's just a necessary thing. But perhaps, oh, see, that's kind of like a biggish tent. But still, I wonder if, you know, that could perhaps get away with having a smaller maximum texture. Perhaps some of these hairs as well. A lot of hair by Vidkins and Cooley are quite large. So yeah, if you're just kind of struggling, yeah, I feel like maybe these clothes don't need to be. Wow, just boxer shorts have a huge texture. See, I think I actually used to use those quite a lot as well, you know. See, that might be something, for example, that I could use things and go, well, actually, probably worth editing. As you can see, all of these are quite high memory. So, can I just copy this number? I'm going to remove these fillers and put this. How many? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm actually just going to replace it with 6 zeros. And then I can see all the things that are more than this much memory. Which again, clothes by YSim. They are really, I really like YSim's clothes. Some cars are a lot of memory, but again, they're quite big. Oh, it's just one car. This Audi R8 has uses a lot of memory. Again, these hairs. This actually looks like just one certain hair mesh that's been recolored by both Vidkins and Cooley. It seems to be very large. Again, this big like coffee truck, which you'd expect to be big, really. Skylines. Ooh, these bonus store content stuff have very large. Uses a lot of memory as well. Interesting. So that is really useful. You can really use this and find what textures are putting a lot of strain on your game. Because like these are the zombie clothes, and that would make me think, well, I don't really need them then. And some of them, like I said, you might just be able to remove the top thighs texture. Yeah, I wonder what hair mesh this is that both Bidkin and Cooley recoloured that's very large, bigger than any other hair I've got. And I've got a lot of hair in this folder and it seems to just be this one specific hair. Interesting. Very interesting. What a cool, helpful tool. And then I'm not going to go into too much detail because it's not new. I actually kind of missed it and I don't understand too much how it works. But the same author has this yet another package editor tool, and that seems like it quite easily allows you to edit textures, like reduce the size of them and recalculate the minimaps or change the format and all that. So you could probably very easily find your problem big textures and reduce them yourself with this handy tool. So we've also got this Sims 2 skin adjuster program, which seems like it allows you to make your own skin tone blends. So I've gone ahead and re-downloaded my usual skin mod, which is Hoppit's edit of the feathers skin tone. So I've got them all in the folder on my desktop here because usually the file in my game is all merged neatly. So I've gone and got the original files. So if I now try to combine skin tones and grab one of each, this folder on my desktop. Oh, what are you supposed to select then? Oh, just the folder. Oh. Will it both be? Why does it need to be a separate folder? I'm really confused. What? I don't understand. No. What the hell? None of them have a new date modified either. That's very strange. I thought it would be like specific skins. Maybe you'd use like 2 different skin systems instead? What edit skin tone then? Should there just be one file inside it then? Okay, let me try something else then. S1, say an S4. So then we'll put this one in here and this one in here. Now what? S1 and S4. S1 for test. What on earth is happening? I don't get this one. Let's try editing one instead then. It looks like there's supposed to be some kind of preview, but there's nothing. Maybe you're supposed to extract the texture file? Yeah, it looks like you're supposed to actually have the textures. I see. I see. I think. If I open it up and extract the texture instead. Makes sense. I don't know which one I need. Be all of them, right? Desktop. S1. Extras. That one. Okay, now I open S4. Extract all these. S4. Okay. So do we need to pick a specific file or not? Oh. Can you tell I don't know what I'm doing? Here we go. Okay, here we go. We're gonna get it this time. I'm gonna put this in S1. Just do the AF face. So I guess you'd have to repeat the process for every single one. So that could take some time. This one. Export here. Okay. No. Still no. What the hell? What format are they supposed to be in then? A BMP. Well, I'm still determined. So, let's get this one and this one, and hopefully convert them from a PNG to a BMP. Okay, see if it likes that. It's been very complicated. Now, okay, no, that's still not good enough. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want. I don't get it. I don't know what you want. I really don't get it. Well, I should probably like watch the tutorial, but I'm really running out of time here, so I'm gonna have to leave it. But this seems like a very cool concept. If you've ever wanted to make your own blends of skin tones or edit an existing one, or just make, what were the options if for editing one? Brightness, contrast, saturation, hue, and then you could like change the color entirely. So yeah, it seems like a much more accessible way to make your own skin tones. Apparently, I'm still too stupid to figure it out. I've never made my own skin tones, but it does seem like this is cool. I'm probably just missing something really obvious. They just pasted it in this video, so you can't even see what kind of format that texture's in.
Hello everybody, welcome through Body Shop Customs, but that's the important part. You know that we
But
need
it
for
looks
testing.
like they've
we have
got, you know, a
our
10-minute
skin
tutorial.
tone.
BMP, what's wrong with my BMP then? If anyone understands what I do wrong, please let me know. But this sounds cool, at least. I'm sure someone smarter that's more familiar with like textures and skins and stuff will figure it out easy, but it's not clicking for me and I've not got much recording time left. So moving on. Now to just whiz through some mod pages that couldn't really show you in game, or just, you know, we're out of time to look at anymore in game. So few ones to mention is we've got this Stardew Valley inspired lifespan by Mate, bases the aging around how it works in Stardew Valley and makes it really, really long, to be honest. So a season length is 28 days long. It looks like it even adjusts the semester length and then makes the aging adjusted accordingly. So I guess like literally, so each month is 28 days. So that means a year is 112 days. So that's why a lifespan is 112 days for a year, and then obviously this is a lot of years, so it's a really, really long lifespan. I couldn't imagine playing with this in The Sims 2 in any realistic kind of way. Like, you'll be in platinum aspiration by the time you're a toddler, and I don't know, this just kind of sounds kind of tedious, to be honest. But if you like to stick with like one family for a really long time, then this is interesting. We've got this don't hide door mod. So this simply stop the doors from like collapsing in live mode. Usually they're only visible in build mode, not even buy mode. So it just means you can always see the doors if you want that for some reason. This is the anti-NPC mod. So this isn't the clearest, but I think what happens is the NPCs that generated associated to an item, for example, the chef for when you use a community lab, you know, cooking station. I think what used to happen is as soon as you place that in buy mode, the game would generate a chef for it. So now I think it makes it not generate them until you actually load that lot in live mode. I think that's what it means. Yeah, there's been some discussion in the comments about, because like, I don't know, I don't think people understand what it does, neither do I. But this is actually just one person's theory, which sounds legit, but I don't know, some people are taking it so they don't generate it all, but I don't know how that would be possible. It just says that you don't currently need. So I imagine they just pop up when you actually like are in live mode and need them, not that you've just placed the item, I think. We've got this work mostly weekdays mod, which, as you can imagine, shuffles a lot of the careers' working schedules to be in the weekdays where it makes sense. So these career levels have had their hours adjusted, so where it makes sense that people will be working a 9 to 5. It's never a 9 to 5 in Sims, is it? But something like that within those sorts of hours where it makes sense, it will be. So more Sims have their weekends free. Of course, there will be some things like musicians and stuff that'll still want to be earning a level and on a weekend and things like that. But this just makes more Sims have a weekend free, which I think makes sense probably. We've got eat sandwich faster, which makes the person sometimes take big bites when hungry, or sloppy applies to hot dogs, hamburgers, toasted pastry, apartment gyros, cuisine platters and Santa cookies. This is a very simple mod without any new visuals, intended to balance eating times with food that come on a plate. There we go. We've got a technophobe mod, which just simply disables the want to watch a movie for Sims with the technophobe trait. We've got another career edit by Heathen Simmer. They've been working on some various career edits, and this one's the artist career. So now all chance cards are now added to the artist career. There's paid time off, a career outfit, wages and motives all like being adjusted, I guess, to be more logical. There was a bit more information here, to be honest. And we've got a mod that makes reading a novel satisfy the reading a novel want. So there's a want that Sims sometimes get to read a novel, and that actually can only be satisfied by novels that other Sims have written. Whereas now, if you just read any book, it doesn't matter if they're just one of the standard books that are always on the shelf, and that want will still be satisfied. And do you know what? If it wasn't, then this is an idea I had a long time ago. I actually might have forgotten and not even put it on my wish list. But this is literally something I used to wish for a lot and used to manually satisfy it all the time because it bothered me so much. So that is great to have. Another career edit by the same author. It fixes so that chance cards all actually take or give the proper amount of simoleons based on what the chance card actually says. Sometimes what they actually receive isn't the same, so that fixes it. It fixes this spelling error in General Practitioner. There's another mod that fixes it here, but it's just included in this mod for better compatibility. Okay, that's a bit... I might not suit everyone, but the nurse level is changed to patient care assistant because there's a separate nursing career. Not keen on that one, to be honest. Motive and skills required are slightly adjusted. Getting promoted to paramedic requires logic now, and the paid time off is adjusted to give Sims more points per shift as it progress. There's a mod that allows Sims to be able to repair inaccessible sprinklers, which is handy. We've got some 3-to-2 TV channels, the fishing channel, and Sims with the angler trait will love it, and loving the outdoors as well. To be honest, I feel like if you're fishing, then you like torturing animals, so I don't see how someone that actually likes animals would like fishing, but hey ho. But yeah, it's cool to have more TV channels and trait support. I didn't show you because it's not a simple installation instruction. As I've said before, I don't like to touch folders outside of my downloads folder for the purpose of demonstration. And I think there's quite a few different places that need to be edited for this to work. But if you're sure you want a fishing channel, then I'm sure these instructions are very clear. There's this compatibility mashup, which I tried to demonstrate, but I couldn't get working. I just kept getting errors every time I clicked on a car. But the idea is it makes Pick and Mix's driving license mod, which I've always used. It's an essential mod for me. This Mel's car globals, which I hadn't heard before, but it sounds really cool. Actually, it's I can't remember what I read that it did about it. It adds some. I think this is it. Is it that adds interactions like cleaning your car, all kinds of things. Yeah, it adds repairing and cleaning to cars, and enables you to visit rabbit holes and things, and also Limey Yoshi's More Dangerous Burglars, the idea that you can improve your car alarm or something. So that's just like a compatibility patch, which actually I think completely replaces this Mel's car globals, which is probably good because it's quite a hard mod to find. It's kind of like old, lost, abandoned, so that's good. But yeah, I just couldn't get it to work, to be honest. We've got more balanced investment, which is overall nerf. So the earning and loss is on an individual basis, I guess, rather than the overall household. Success chances based on aspiration bar, that makes sense. There's a fixed based amount and a scaling addition. It's fund independent, which I don't really like the idea of. A fixed base amount no matter the cash on hands. I'm not keen on that because the idea is the more money you have available, the more you have to invest. So I do think it should be dependent on your household funds, even though I'm sure most of the other tweaks do make a lot of good sense. Individual earnings and losses add up. But you do get a bonus earning or loss if the cash at hand is above 1,000. So it's like somewhat affects it, but not as much. And just changes the chance of success and things. So yeah, some logical changes, I'm sure, but I do think it makes sense to be proportional to the household funds always. We've got a great little mod by Lamar that stops Sims from doing the putting the eye over the hand to protect themselves from the sun. It's putting the eye over the hand, did I just say that? Putting the hand over the eyes to shield themselves from the sun was added in Mansion and Garden stuff. A lot of people just don't like it because they think it looks like a salute. So there is a mod that completely disables it, but I've never used that. I've just gone ahead with it. But the problem is they still do it if there's an object in the hand, which always looks very weird and annoying. So this mod just disables it if they're carrying something, but otherwise they can still do it if the hands are empty, which I think is cool. Oh, another one by Heathen Simmer. Sorry, I thought I grouped these all together. There is a childish toilet pranking mod. So now childish or playful or sloppy and mean Sims can prank a toilet, doing a devious laughter animation, dropping something in the toilet, and then the toilet will now be clogged. The next person to use it will have to deal with the overflow. Sims with a childish trait will be able to do this interaction, or Sims who are very playful and sloppy. And then there's a non-traits version as well, which uses the immaturity feature, which I think would be cool to, just have a combination version if you've got traits or not. But yeah, I think I did try this one and couldn't get this to work. I don't know, but it's a very cool idea. We've got a default replacement for the Superstar microphone, and it just removes the amplifier with the music effects if you just want a more, discreet, small kind of item and you want to imagine the sounds coming more from like backstage or something like that. There's this toasted pastry default replacement, which I have had for a long time, so I think this is just new to Mod the Sims, whereas this creator shared it on their Tumblr years ago because I've been using this, but I like it, so I thought I might as well show it in case you weren't aware of it. It just makes the toasted pastries look like Pop-Tarts, and I think they look much better than the beige squares they were before. We've got a default replacement for these tech fences because I've never used them. I imagine not many people have. They're a bit specific, a bit out there. So it just makes them more like subtle and usable. It takes the colour and the like grid pattern, but just reduces the height and removes these strange teardrop things. So I imagine you'd be able to use these all over the place now. There's autonomous get leftovers and not stuff face. Normally, lazy Sims will do two things when hungry: make a serving, often mismatching their hunger, and stuff the face. They often do the latter, stuffing the face, and that takes a really long time to cancel it. So with this module, as long as there are leftovers, Sims will automatically grab a dish upon reaching the fridge instead. I don't know why I didn't show this in game. That's pretty cool. I think I have a similar mod, perhaps. There's probably some kind of compatibility nightmare to figure out. So yeah, that's cool. They'll automatically grab their leftovers. I just think there's another automatically grabbed leftovers mod, which is probably a bit confusing to work out the difference of and compatibility and things. Oh, hang on. Huh. Yeah, autonomously leftovers by picking mix. That's what I was using. So I think this mod makes it so Sims who are otherwise just gonna complain that they're hungry will get leftovers, whereas this makes Sims that are about to actually serve a meal get leftovers instead, I think. I don't know, really. And lastly, we've got this meaningful relationship status and decay. So, static STR values for each status, static STR range for acquaintancy, static STR for close relatives, harder BFF, more differentiated, exposed Castrellans found family. So if you're an acquaintance, the STR will never decay below 30 to minus 30. If you're a best friend, it won't go below 60. If you're a lover, it won't go below 75. And a BFF won't go below 90. Okay. In BFF status, at every hour, if the LTR is over 90, instead of replacing best friend. So it seems like relatives won't get a relationship decay. Yeah, relative relationship is always static, never climbs up or decays. Yeah, so I don't think it means it's always 100. Like, I think you still have to work up to 100 for family, but it won't just decay on its own for family anymore, I believe. So that's everything I found this time around. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know which ones you're going to be adding to your downloads folder. Like I said, it wasn't as many this time around as last time, but still some real gems there, and the video's still probably long because I ramble anyway. Do let me know if I missed any though, and remember to go to the link to my website for all the links, as well as a description of each as well, so you can use that for a reference and jog your memory too. And I'll be back with the next episode after Q3. So I hope you look forward to that. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Remember to hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. And consider becoming a Patreon or buying me a coffee if you are enjoying this and it's useful to you. And join my Discord to stay in touch in the meantime. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!